Hello everyone and welcome to another Fallout 76 build video. Today I'm going to show you how to build my old style gas station number 2. And this one was actually inspired by this picture that I found on Pinterest of a diorama of an old style gas station. I just saw it and I was like, oh, I need to build that. Anyways, it's bigger than my first gas station. And if you haven't seen that, I will link it at the end of this video and in the description below. So the first gas station I made was quite a bit smaller, but anyways, before I get started with the tour and the build, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to one of my patrons, and I apologize if I don't pronounce your name right, Brad Transu. I hope I got that right. Thank you very much for supporting my channel. I appreciate it so much. So I once again use the vending machines to sort of simulate gas pumps, because I kind of like how they look in that regard. They kind of have the shape of an old style gas pump, at least when you put them in that context. I think they do. Anyways, so I think I will go with the tour. I will go left to right. So this is the garage. A workshop garage thing, and it is basically it's a garage workshop, place to sit, listen to the radio, take a break, some all the workbenches. I didn't put a power armor station in here because this character didn't have a power armor station yet. The plan, because this is my build character who doesn't have all the plans yet, but anyway, you can easily probably fit one in. You don't have to have a place for chairs, whatever. You could squeeze. I like to keep some extra space sometimes between my workbenches so that I can put, stash boxes or whatever, but they could probably be squeezed together a little tighter, and you could fit a workbench in here, a power armor workbench. There's a door going into the other room there, but I'm going to take you over here. So we've got all the gas station amenities here, and this is the gas station store. And I kind of just designed it to look like a store. There's the front counter, ice machine. I also put a couple more shops in here just to make it worth coming inside. My other gas station didn't have a big enough interior to put shops inside. But I've got a couple shelves with as many decorative type items that I can put on there. A lot of these items are from the Adams shop. Like all of these up here are, and well, all of them are. all the things on the top except for that toolbox are from the Adams shop. So then the proprietor, which I guess is me, lives up here. Sort of a little apartment up here. They've got a little kitchen and a little dining area, a little living area, and a bedroom. And I have this cabinet right here to block off this area. So the last patch, not patch 10, the one before that, made it so that you can't place these railings over a stair for some reason. I don't know why, but I noticed that you can't, or at least I haven't been able to, and I've seen other people complain that they couldn't either. For some reason you just can't put them, like if you build a stairwell like this, you can't put the railing on the end that's above the stair. It just won't place. It said it's floating or something. I can't remember what it said. But anyway, it's annoying. So I just put this big cabinet there anyways to block it so that you don't fall off and it feels more enclosed and safe. Anyway, that is the living quarters. And there's the door to the garage, so you can come and go without having to go outside. And on this end, we've got a bar and a little place to sit outside here. And I also made this, I actually saw this bar design at somebody else's camp, and I'm sorry, I do not know who whose camp. It was just a camp I saw in game when I was playing one time, and I took a screenshot of it thinking it was a really cool idea. They did it slightly different than this. I kind of modified it a little bit, but I really liked the idea of it, and so I decided to do it in mine. And I apologize for not being able to give credit to the actual person who made this, you know, or I got the original design, but I completely forgot to note down his name when at the time I was in a rush. Anyway, so if you are the one who designed this, thanks for the cool design. I like it. Anyway, so it's just, you know, place to sit down and have a drink, something to eat, whatever. I put the Vault Boy back there just for fun. Anyway, again, this character doesn't have all of the furniture, so I had to put these little tables in here, these kitchen looking ones. I don't really like how they look, but this character does not have any other table plans unlocked. This is really the only one I could use. I would rather use those wooden tables, those, oh, what are they called? The rustic tables, that's what they're called. But that's a really rare plan. It's hard to find, and so anyway, I haven't found it yet. But there you go. I would rather have put the rustic tables in. So that is basically the tour. Oh, first, before I'm done, there is a power generator room back here where I put my big generator. And back here, I also have one, you know, water purifier, mainly because I need it for myself. But there's also a door here to get into the, I should probably reverse that, shouldn't I? I never actually opened it. This is the first time I've opened it. It's to get inside here, because I put a small cabinet here just to block this off, because you can't actually walk underneath these upper walls here. So you have to, if you want to get back there, you have to put a door that goes outside. Anyways, but I will be showing you guys all about that next. Alright, so here's the spot without the building in it. Completely filled with little trees, rocks, bushes, logs. But anyway, I picked this particular spot because it was fairly level and close to the road. And I wanted it to be close to the road because it's a gas station. Oh, I almost forgot to show you where we actually are. Just south of Morgantown. Across the river, or across the road from the river. Just really close to the Morgantown city limits sign, actually. It's just across the street. You'll see this really big pine tree right here. And it's right here. So I would, if you build in this exact spot, I would recommend putting your camp unit next to this cluster of 3 rocks. That just positions it correctly for allowing the build to fit inside it. We need the build border to go across the road, because we need to build this in the very middle of the circle, and these rocks place it about in the middle of this. These rocks are about in the middle of the circle if you put your camp unit right here. And because the middle of the circle is, you know, the widest part, and this is a pretty wide building. But once you do place this, just move it out of the way, because we're going to be building right on top of it. And yes, you can actually move these around. I've actually had a few people very surprised to hear that they've been playing the game all this time and have never known that you can move your camp unit in build mode. Just like anything else that you build, you can move it around. So if you didn't know that, there you go. Anyways, okay, so I'm going to use the same placement that I used for mine, and I'll show you how to do that. If you would like to build in this exact spot, I recommend placing it just in the same spot, in the same place that I am. But if you build it anywhere else, obviously you would use your own placement. Okay, so there's this log here that is broken. We're going to want to build right next to that. There's a few more other logs like this one and this one over here, but this one's like sunk into the ground. This one's facing the other direction. You want this log that's sort of parallel with the road that's broken on the end. Okay? Get a concrete floor and place it right on the end so that it bulldozes that bush but doesn't bulldoze the log, just like that, approximately. It doesn't have to be exact. This isn't a super precise placement. You just want it to be, you want your floor piece, the edge of your floor piece, to be kind of parallel with the direction the log is going, but also kind of parallel with the road. Not the curve, not this curve of the road, but the road that goes out straight that way. So just, it doesn't have to be like super exact. This is a little bit too low, so I'm going to raise it up a bit. And then put a wood floor on the other side. We're actually putting 2 wood floors on the other side. Now you want it to be so that it doesn't sink into the ground too much. It can sink into the ground a little bit. Test it. You can put a couple walls here. This will be the corner of your bar when it's all said and done. So if you don't mind a little bit of the ground showing through, you basically want this to be as low as possible. And so in order for it to be as low as necessary, a little bit of ground kind of has to show through like this, but I don't mind that much showing through. I covered it up with a table so it's not too obvious. So I think that's perfect. If you don't like it showing through like that at all, you can raise it up a little bit higher. Anyway, okay, then we're going to put 6 more floors coming off of this first wood piece. 6 more. So that was 3, 4, 5, 6. So you will actually have 7 total wood floors going in this direction. All right. Then now we need to do the pavement area. I don't know if you noticed in the tour that the pavement that I had in the front was sunk practically flush with the ground. So we're going to do that next. And usually when I'm using concrete, I like to use wood first. That way if I have to scrap anything, I don't waste my concrete, because wood is easier to get. So I would use wood first and then trade it out for the concrete pieces afterwards. But since I have no room in my stored tab for that, I will just use concrete from the start because I already have these stored. So make a line of concrete or wood pieces out until the middle of the road, because this is a lower part, a lower point you can see than up there. And then remove that piece, or well, actually remove all of these. Don't scrap them, just store them. And then lower this one as low as it can go, which will probably pull it towards you a little bit. If that happens, just luckily there's a silhouette there of the original position, and so then you can just kind of maneuver it back into place. You want it to be as exact as possible so that it'll line up with the others later. And yeah, that's probably good enough. It doesn't have to be 100% exact, just as close as you can get it. Once that's lowered, you can put these back. And I've actually, I don't know, I kind of actually want it to go a little lower than that. Seems like it should be able to. Yeah, it can. Okay. Little tiny bit lower. as low as it can possibly go, at least in this instance. I want it to... If you're building in a different location, maybe you don't need it to go as low as it can go, but here I do want it to go that low. And that'll cause some of the dirt to show through, but I think that's all right. It just kind of looks like it got, like, I don't know, blown over. Maybe there's like a little pile of dirt on the pavement that nobody swept away. Yeah. And then once you are done with that, you need to remove these. Now, if these don't want to come off, remove this one. And they should come off after that. No? It will prove me wrong. It always will prove me wrong. Well, last time it worked. Try removing this one too. One thing I really wish this game would do is be consistent. So I have done this many times. Doing this floor thing many times. And sometimes it'll work one way and sometimes it'll work another way, but it's never consistent. And that's really aggravating to me. Okay, there. If you can't get those two off, just keep adding and subtracting pieces here and there until you get it, until it comes off. It will eventually. I always manage to get it off eventually. It's just really finicky, and sometimes it works one way one time and won't work the same way the next time you do it. I don't understand it. But there you go. I just had to add several more on and then remove them in reverse order. And just don't remove all of the lowered ones or you will have to start all over again to lower them. So just as long as you have at least one lowered one still remaining, you can remove as many as you need to. And then, or add them and subtract them. Just, yeah, it's weird. Anyway. It used to not be this hard to remove foundations. That one patch. Can't remember which patch it was. It was a couple patches ago, where they changed the foundations and how they work, so that you can actually only one foundation needs to be touching the ground, and then you can keep attaching others to it, even if they're floating. That's why it does that. Is why it's hard to remove them. You know, even though none of these are technically floating, I mean, none of them are floating, but I don't know, it registers that they would not be supported if you removed the original one. I don't know, it's weird, but there you go. Okay, now, I did this, I wanted these lowered because this is the gas station, and I wanted it so that you could drive cars onto it. So that's why I wanted it lowered and not like a big step up. It's not a perfectly flat spot, obviously, so it doesn't work like 100%, but whatever. It's really hard to find perfectly flat spots in this game, right? So, actually, let's add one more right here, I think. Yes. This is going to be where you put your shops, your vendor machines, if you do them like gas pumps like I did. I did have wooden stairs right here to go up to the bar area, like so. Oh, it's getting foggy. I hope you guys can still see what I'm doing. Okay, and now let's put in the rest of the floors. This is the garage, and the garage is 2 by 2, but then we will also be putting some floors on the back for the generator room. And I face them the other direction just so that I can tell them apart. And I have no idea why that bush isn't bulldozing. That's kind of annoying. I like to face my different rooms different directions when I'm building so that I know which rooms they are. You know, where the difference is, where I can put the walls at. It's just a visual aid for myself. So the this is the shop portion of the thing, and it will be 2 by 3. So basically it will be flush with the rest of it. And then this area over here will be the bar, and it is 2 by 3 in the opposite direction. So basically you just fill in the gap there that was left. All right, that is the entirety of the foundation pieces. Now let's do the walls. Now first off, you will need, in order for this build to work exactly how I have it, you will need the garage door. Rolling metal door it's called in the build menu, but the plan is called garage door. Who knows why they named them different? I don't know. Anyway, it's called garage door, and I was originally going to use barn pieces for this, but they don't have a barn version of the garage door. In Fallout 4 they had barn doors. It was the big swinging white doors, and that would be actually ideal for this build, more so than the rolling door, but you know, what can you do? We work with what we can work with. Anyway, so this one next to the garage door will be a window, and this one will be a door, another window, another door, and a solid one. And these are solid over here. I'm going to go inside to do it because I think it's easier to put the walls in from the inside. All the back walls are solid. Except this one is supposed to be a door. If you put the bar in like I have, then it'll need a door. If you don't have the bar that I have, you don't need a door there. And the last one here is a window. There we go. Now the interior walls, come on. There you go. This is for the generator room on the other side of that. And this is, that's the shop in there. Oh, that's supposed to be a door. And I mean, not the shop, the garage. Shop, garage, whatever, but I call it the garage since this is actually the shop, the store. Alright, now if you put your floor, actually these walls should be facing the other way. So if you want to, some people have asked me to demonstrate this before. If you put a wall in the wrong direction, or if it wants to go the wrong direction, like if it puts it backwards from how you want it, you don't have to like pick it up. You don't have to actually pick it up and flip it around like that. All you have to do is grab it and then walk in whichever direction you want it to turn. So like I want this one to turn around so that the boards are facing me. I just walk backwards until it flips. If I want it to turn the other direction, I walk forwards until it flips. Got that? It's really easy. You don't have to do all kinds of shenanigans to get them to turn. Anyway, there, little tip for the day. Alright, there we go. And now I will do the upper walls. We've got 2 here. 2 here. And now the floor, the upper floor. First, stairs. I put my stairs right here. Now you can probably use a stair frame for this if you want to. I didn't use one because I didn't want to for this particular build. I've used them before, but this time I just didn't really want to. So you can if you feel like it. I'm sure it will work. Alright. Let's put some roofs in here. Or rather, floors. Upper floors. And make sure you put some out here as well for the gas station roof awning thingy, whatever they're called. There. Like so. Now, you can take the opportunity just now to put in your posts. So, get a stair again. And put the stair right there. And now the posts may or may not fit in here on top of these things. Because it's raised, or you know, they're different heights. The pavement is a different height from this floor. From this roof, it's not a full, it's more than one post length down, you know what I mean? So you have to use a small post to fill that in, and it may not go in. I've built this thing, I don't know, 3 or 4 times, and it only has gone in one time for me on this end. It will go in on this end pretty good because there's not another floor right there, but for some reason it doesn't always want to go in right here, and you have to take out that floor and then it'll go in, but then you may not be able to put the floor back. And oh, this time it will work. Good. But I just wanted to let you guys know that it may not work, so just keep that in mind when you're doing it. Alright, so then I will put in another one on this side, and I need a short floor. Yeah. This should work, not having them on the same level with each other. Nope, it didn't. It did on this side. Okay. Well, if that happens, just remove that wall, and you can stick it right here instead. Like that. And in case you've never seen this trick done before, this is just a trick to put the post on the true corner, because these posts don't actually snap to the true corners. They snap a little bit off the edge from it, and it looks funny. So I use this trick to snap them to the true corners. Looks like I'm losing my daylight here already. I started this in the morning time, and it's already getting dark. I will turn on my Pip-Boy light so hopefully you guys can still see, because I really don't have time to switch servers. Seriously, I can waste 20 minutes trying to find a server where it's morning, and it's, yeah. Alright. I don't really have time for that, so. Alright, let's finish putting walls up here. This one's a window. These two are solid. Oh, whoops. I need to turn that one to face me. I should probably do it down there, though. These are facing the wrong direction. Oh. That one's probably not going to turn that way because there's a floor there that it wants to snap to. Okay. There. Come on, go in. There. And this one is a window as well. And I also wanted a window here, except because the roof for this piece, you can see, it will go like this. And so if I put a regular sized wall here, the roof will come up and block part of the window, which I think is kind of odd. So I'm going to use a half wall and another half wall with a window in it to get it up higher. And it puts the windows off center like that, but I don't know. I don't mind that. Yeah, you could always just not put a window there, but I wanted one, and I'm gonna not put one there. Okay, there. And then you can put the railing on there, but like I said in the tour, you can't put railings here. For some reason it thinks it's floating, even though it's not. And you used to be able to put them there, and so I don't get why you can't anymore. It doesn't make any sense, but anyway, just put some furniture there to block it. And that's all you can do, really. Oh, wait, not done up here yet. Okay, we need to put the peak walls up here. And put the roof on. There we go. Just like that. And then we can go down and put the roof on the other ones as well. Now these roofs will face the other direction from the one that we just put on. So they will be going this way instead. And put that in like that. And the other side. Come on. There we go. There. All done. Now, I will show you how I built the bar. Now, I have built this bar several times, and it doesn't always work, unfortunately, because this game, like I said, is inconsistent in how things work. So, let's try it and see if it will work this time. You're going to want to get a floor piece, and it's of course attaching to the upper floor that's in the store side. This doesn't work unless you have an upper floor, so hopefully you're building this in a two-story building. So then get the half-sized wood piece and stack these like this. Oh, look, it's going to work this time. So sometimes it won't let you put in one of these upper pieces. It'll say it's colliding with something else, intersecting with another object, even though it's not. But anyway, there you go. It did work this time. Then just remove the lower ones and you have your bar. And then you can put that up there if you want to. And put this one here, like that, to make the bar. And then you just put something like a shelf or I used a cabinet stash box. I used this one to simulate the bar. You can just line it up with the floor, and you can put them around And that's what I did. Or you could use a shelf. Shelf would probably be fine as well. All right. Now we're almost done. We still need to do the upper, to make the this part kind of thick. And now since I don't have I don't have marsupial on this character because I'm low level, I have to build a floor to get a stair to get up onto my roof. Come on, get in there and stay there. There we go. So I will do that. Oh, I need to put a roof up here as well. And it's just a flat one. Make them facing the same direction as the slanted roof, so they blend well, and for other reasons that I will show you later. So, here we're going to put the half-sized wall all the way around. However, if you don't have marsupial, leave a spot for you to jump out. Because if you don't have marsupial, you can't jump over these walls. Alright? And then, put a roof on. A flat one. Put one, whoops, here and here, but leave this one off. I will be doing the wiring later, and you need to leave one off to do the wiring. I'm going to leave I'm going to leave that there so that I can do the wiring. So there we go, you guys. I hope you can see that very well in the darkness. Sorry it got dark. That is basically the build finished. Now I'm going to show you how to wire it up. Oh wait, this should be a door so we can get into the generator room. There we go. I'm going to show you how to wire it up now. If you don't care about knowing how I wired this thing up, then this is basically the end of the video, and I hope you enjoyed it. But if you would like to see how I wired this thing up, because it is kind of a chore and a little bit tricky, especially to get power out to here to light up the signs that you might put out here, and also to power your shops directly without being too conspicuous about it. So, if you would like to see me do that, then stay tuned. Alright, let's do this. I gotta get a generator here. I'm using a fusion generator because this, with all 4 shops being powered, plus the water purifiers you might want to have, you're going to need a lot of power, and this just fits better. But if you don't have it, a few medium generators should do the trick. Windmill generators actually give off more power. You could probably stick a windmill generator up there on the roof if you would like to, but anyway, there you go. So, first off, you are going to need the advanced power connectors plan for this to wire it up the way I did. If you don't have it, it is a pretty common plan to find. So you can just get this guy, the pass-through conduit wall thing, and stick it about right there, just so that the circle is just poking through the wall. That way it'll be flush with the wall on the outside, and it doesn't look funny. Oops. And then get the downward facing single conduit and put it up there. That way you can attach, oops, wrong button, there we go. That way you can attach it to the generator. Okay. And then, now this side, okay, so now if you know me, you know that I do not like wiring, conspicuous wiring, unless it adds to the aesthetic of the build. If I'm doing a scrappy build, then I will use visible wiring, but I like to keep my wiring as inconspicuous as possible. On this side of the building, it's not as important because there's actually a tree here blocking it. So we'll just do it like this. Now I'm going to put this not flat on the side. I'm going to put it slightly curving around the corner, and that's to facilitate powering up this door later once I remove that floor piece that's right there. And this connects to this one. If it doesn't connect, go around to the inside and connect it to the actual pipe part of it. Then it should work. So that lights up this side of the building. Now to light up this sign area, this roof area, and your shops that you're going to be putting up there, yeah. Come up on the roof here and get the which one's it? I think it's in the lower. Yeah, get the medium-sized straight conduit and put it about right here. Line it up with the line of the roof. That's why you should put the roof facing this direction, so that you can get it straight. Because if it's not straight, it'll definitely be crooked. You want to make sure that this is not crooked. So then you get this vertical conduit, but not the one with the actual conduit piece sticking out of it, the wall pass through. So this lines it up. You don't have to keep this piece here. You can actually take this off once you're done, and then put a downward facing conduit right there, and then put long straight ones on this all the way down. Put a medium one or a small one. I think it was a small one. Yeah, and then put a small one on the end. Two long ones and a small one. Now the reason we lined it up with the line of the roof is because otherwise it would be crooked. Chances are you wouldn't get it straight, and it would be crooked going out away from the house. So this just keeps it in line with the wall, doing it that way. All right. Then get a downward facing double conduit. This is the one with the double connector on it. And attach it there. And then get a radiator, a conduit power radiator, and put it on the end. And that will light up this side of the house. And then come up onto the roof and get the long straight conduit again and put it so that it's just sticking off the edge of the roof. Like that. And then get a small curved one, put it on the end there. Oh, actually, no. Don't do that, sorry. Get a what was it? What was I looking for? I'm looking for something, one of these. The three-way one, there we go. This is just a conduit junction, three-way conduit junction. And then a straight one. Where is it? Where are they? There we go. A medium one. A medium one should be fine. Put a medium one there, and then a radiator there, and that'll light up this end of the wall. And then get another straight one, the long straight one, right here. A short one, and then get a downward facing double like that, and then another radiator. Put the radiator right on the end. That'll light up any light signs that you have on the front there or on the sides. Then come down here, and you can see the conduit sticking out right there. Get an upward facing conduit and put it oh, hey, look, I was wondering why that wasn't happening yet, because, you know, it's my build video, so it has to happen in my build video, doesn't it? Anyway.
Attention citizens.
I'll get a downward facing
Nuclear
one is what I meant to
strike
say.
imminent.
One of these.
Please exit the area at your
And put
earliest
it
convenience.
not right on the
Thank you for your
little
cooperation.
cross piece. Put it next to it. It just works better that way, because otherwise your conduit will be poking down through the support beam and it will be hard to reach. So just put it about right there. Then get the small straight piece. Come on. There you go. Then a upper facing double conduit like that. Then another small straight piece. Then another downward facing single one like that. Now actually, probably don't actually need that one. You can just attach it like this. Yeah, that'll work. Then attach this to there, and then that'll power up your shop down below. Now, if you don't have marsupial, you will probably have to build something which to get out of here, because you can't actually jump. So I'm going to build a table and jump out. And then you can take the table out and then put your roof back on. And now you don't actually need the roof out here if you don't want to. If you want to save on build budget, you can do this without a roof, probably. You would just have to put these down inside. But I wanted a roof on mine for a reason I'll show you when I get back down. Let me just finish putting this on here. We need an upward facing single one here, and then you can connect this one to this one like that. And down in the generator room, don't forget to connect the generator to the one that's poking down through, so you got the power coming down. Now the reason, and it might be hard to tell in the darkness though, that I put a roof on the top is because you can see the holes in the wall there. When passing by without a roof on the top, you can actually see through it and see the sky showing through the holes when you're looking up there. Which, I don't know, it just annoyed me, so I put a roof on the top and it just makes it more solid looking. And in real life they do have a roof on the top of these things, so there you go. But if you want to save on build budget, you can remove it. Anyway, so that takes care of that side of the building. For the rest of it, it's pretty straightforward. You just since it's on the back, I'm gonna just use regular wiring. You can put a conduit on either side, or you can sort of straddle the corner a little bit. Straddling the corner usually works. Place, come on, nothing's happening. Okay. Reset my build menu here. There it goes. Like that, and then, oops, put one about there. Then you should be able to... Oops. Come on. Okay. If that happens, just do it the other direction. It should work. You should be able to get it around the corner like that. There you go. You can, you can always just put one here and then connect them to go around the corner, but you don't need to, and that will save on your build budget as well. And then put one about right here, kind of straddling the corner as well. Come on. It's doing it again. Ah. This game. We love it and we hate it, right? Got a love-hate relationship with this game. Luckily, I love it more than I hate it. Alright. Now that will light up this whole side and the upper floor as well. And to also put in shops on the inside, if you want to put your vendors on the inside in the same places that I put mine, you'll need these pass-through conduits like this. I just put one back here. Put it so that it's not poking through very far, just far enough so that the whole conduit is showing through, but not the pipe it's attached to, because you don't want it sticking out too far on the inside. And then get a downward facing single one and put it there. Then you can finish wiring up the side. You put regular conduits. Put one here. Right? Did it go? Come on. Go in. Oh my. My build menu is really freaking out on me today. And then put one coming just around the corner here. And one up here. Just so that it hugs the ceiling, the roof line a little bit. Makes it less obvious. A little bit less conspicuous, I should say. And then connect all of them. There we go. And that will light up this side, and it should also light up the front here. Alright. Now there's one more thing for putting in. So I will be putting a shop here. This is to... So I had a vendor right here. It was approximately right here. And I had a shelf here. It was like it was one of those store shelves. Yeah, one of these. Actually, it was more like right here. This is all approximate, of course, but I had one of these shelves like right here. So if you want to put a shelf there like I did, no. Usually I have to do this. You have to actually attach it to the vertical part. I don't know why it does that. It's annoying, especially if you have to walk a long way around like this. There you go. Attach your shop before you put the shelf in. Then it's just easier. You can put your shelf in any old place you'd like. Oh, there it goes again. Come on, build menu, work with me here. I'm making a video. Your performance is extremely lacking. Okay, there. That's how you do that. Okay? And then I'm actually going to take the wire off for now because I don't want visitors while I'm making my video. Now to wire up the other vendor that I had. Get the pass-through conduit again. And put it right here. Right in the corner. Just barely poking through. Like that. And then get another downward facing one that you can attach it like that. And that will power up the second shop, which I had right here. And you can just attach it. So there, that is how you wire this place up. And yeah, again, I'm sorry it got dark. Oh, I forgot to show you how to power up the door. So actually I'm going to move this one down just a little bit so it looks a little better. Just make it go slightly around the corner like that. And then get the switch, which I think this comes with the advanced power connectors. Could be wrong. I don't remember. But anyway, I think it does. Attach it there. Okay, it's not around the corner far enough. Should try to get it around the corner a little farther. Attach it to the box, then attach the box to the door. And that powers up the door. And that way you can also turn the door on and off. So you can open and close the door. And that's actually a little high up. You can move it down. You can move it down and around wherever. So you can actually reach it easily. There. There we go. And that is all of the wiring necessary to light up and power up this entire place. But as you can see, I forgot to show you, these conduits are poking through down here. So when you put your vendor in, it's just really easy to plug them in, basically. You just stick your vendor on the edge like that, and then you can attach it to the conduit, like so. And that is the build, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments. I would really like to know what you think of this one. And if you decide to build it or a variation of it, I would love to see your screenshots. So do share those with me over on Twitter or on Facebook or on my subscriber Discord server. And all the links for those are down in the description, as well as my Patreon and Coffee pages if you would like to support my channel. And also, if you would like to support my channel and get something back, you can go over to my merchandise shop over on Teespring and buy some of my Wasteland Dovahkiin merch. I got t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, stickers, yeah, different things. Several other things as well. Anyways, the link for that is also down in the description. Anyways, you guys, that is all for now, and I will see you next time. Until then, remember to play safe, play nice, and have fun. Bye, guys.